feel that it has been an amazing journey of our youth in the last 10 years in Europe. What was a small group has now become, such a huge crowd, you could say, of hundreds of youngsters coming together. It is really beautiful to see how it has grown in the last decade. I still remember how it started. It was in the year 2003, 2004, when I had this desire that, we could do something for youngsters, have a group of youngsters inspired by Amma's message of love and compassion, which could also take part in different projects in Europe. So I sought Amma's blessings for that, and Amma said, yes, go ahead and do it, and Amma will, surely bless the project. And that's how it started. And it kept growing with every year that passed. And it's been amazing to see as to how many youngsters have stuck to us, through all these years. We have so many who have been coming to the youth summits since 10 years now. And they feel more and more connected to the family. And one great thing and a great sense of satisfaction that I have is because I also visit their respective countries. And when I go there, sometimes I meet their parents. And they tell me that, Swami, our children have changed so much, and they've become so selfless. They kind of work hard now. They've become very focused. They've become so creative, and at home they are so loving, they're so considerate. And it's amazing to see the change that has come in them. There are so many incidents like this that really kind of makes you think that, that it's really working. And we are able to kind of inspire so many youngsters to kind of become confident, to tap into their potential and contribute to society. And if they are inspired, they can achieve anything in life. And really, our youngsters are really showing the world that, youngsters are not, problems to be solved. They are problem solvers of the world. So I'm really happy the way this summit went on. And I'm really looking forward to the coming years also, because we are setting up, we are reaching new heights every year, and I'm sure we'll keep climbing. We'll not give up, we'll keep climbing. Okay.
Sounds convincing. Okay, are we ready for action?
Yes! We prepare, I don't know how to say, an ecological center here in the next years. And we are just at the beginning of it. And you take part in the beginning, in the start. And we don't know exactly what will happen with all this, but to see you all here is a good start of all. Thank you, and enjoy yourself here in the Odenwald and in Michigan. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3, Ja, für uns ist der Hof Herrenberg und die Zusammenarbeit schon immer ganz beeindruckend, weil wir erleben schon, dass es immer schwieriger wird, eigentlich auch junge Menschen für Vereine und für freiwillige Dinge, die so länger dauern, zu mobilisieren. Und das, was der Hof Herrenberg macht, ist, glaube ich, eine ganz tolle zeitgemäße Form. Junge Menschen für 2 Wochen, 3, wie auch immer, für ein Projekt zu begeistern. Und das ist für uns also wirklich auch, gibt uns auch Energie, sowas zu sehen. Und wann haben wir schon mal 250 junge Leute aus der ganzen Welt bei uns in Michelstadt? Das allein ist schon ein Erlebnis.
He loves you.
Hello. That's great. I mean, normally we are here with 5 people, so it takes forever, and with 250 it's much faster. And then I think also not many people have the opportunity to, you know, dig into the earth. I saw it in the beginning, you know, they had their shovel and it doesn't work because they never did it. So I think this is great.
It was a very fortunate coincidence that all these enthusiastic young people were all together here and could do this big project that in just not even 3 hours. So we were really lucky.
A really great experience for them, really touching the soil. Many of them live in cities nowadays and they don't really have this direct contact with nature. And even if it was hard work, I think they realized how much fun it is to actually create something in nature like this and create those beautiful structures. And yeah, I think it brings more peace to their minds in the end.
I really appreciate and enjoy all the diversity of the people that we invited. Today we had a Member of Parliament for Finland, and it's people from so different fields, and there is something which is so common between all of them. Every youth should have the opportunity to have something like that between, I don't know, 18 and 25. Every youth should be able to, you know, have that food for the soul. Because we have many interactions with the youth, and sometimes we don't realize the impact it can have on their lives. So this is what also we can bring to these young people. It's a turning point in their life. It can be a turning point to go in the, you know, direction which leads to fulfillment.
Open up your eyes, be aware and realize you are all, you are the space beyond the skies. Open up your mind, be aware and you will find you are whole, there's not another of your kind.
Darkness once approached God and said, "Oh God, oh Lord, the sun is such a troublemaker. You know, he never ever allows me to be present anywhere. And he is creating so much problem for me. Please help. Please help me solve the situation. He is my enemy, the sun." And then God immediately summoned the sun and asked, "Hey, what is this? Why do you create so much problem with this poor darkness?" And sun, the light turned around and said, "Where is darkness?" I'm so proud of you. I'm so privileged to be here today. Really, this is not just words. I really mean it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
AYUDH has not changed at all in its essence. What we want to do is empower young people to become compassionate leaders, to take leadership for their own lives, for affecting society, for affecting change in the world. So the idea has been the same all the time, but of course you spread your inspiration to others and you join together with different ideas and with capacities of different people. And all of this has created what is AYUDH today. So this is really the combination of so many beautiful people, of so many beautiful dreams, of so many beautiful ideas that has been coming together. Of course, like Reaching New Heights has been one of the greatest projects that we had. Because I think of the intensity of the project. Like, we had this focus, we had this one goal of creating this musical show, like this huge thing, and nobody ever thought it was going to be possible. And we just like put all of the doubts aside, and we said we are going to do it. And we put so much effort into it, and we almost collapsed in the process, you know, but we just like stick to it, and the outcome was just like amazing. I mean, everybody was so taken aback by it. I think I'm touched every time, every moment that I see somebody is really bringing out their deepest desire or their deepest potential also. If you see that shining through in people, if you see that coming out and see the light of day, this is what touches me the most, and this is what makes me so happy to say that people can open up and can really share their love, their joy, their inspiration. And these are the moments that I feel most grateful for and that I'm so happy about. I think that the visit to the European Parliament was very important for us, because change always happens first with yourself. So the topics that we want to raise awareness about in European society, first of all, we had to reflect on it ourselves, and it made us go really deep into those issues and think about it and talk about it and find solutions for it. It was a great dream that we had, and we never thought initially that it could come true, and it was just out of somebody's, like one of the AYUDH members, he had this crazy idea, let's go to the parliament, let's make a big event there, and we thought, oh, this is just impossible for us to do. But then, like so many times, AYUDH believed in, you know, making the impossible possible, and we just gave it a try, and we found that so many doors just in magical ways opened up for us, and it was quite a magical, quite a special moment and event. I mean, seeing the youth sitting there in the parliament, listening to the delegates and being so serious about it, it made me really feel like there's just so much more potential for AYUDH to grow, and for each one of these individuals to become great leaders and to affect a lot of change in the world. To me personally, what I'm so happy about is that to see that AYUDH can provide this network of young people who want to really contribute something to society, who want to really develop their personality, think about spiritual questions of life. Because when I was young, when I was in high school, I never had this kind of community. I would always be looking for some kind of group of people who would share the same values of life, who would also want to contribute in the same way to the world as I did, who would ask the same kind of questions about life. Why am I here? What is my purpose of life? What is my real goal in life? What can I contribute? So for me, this was, I think, really maybe the strongest motivation behind becoming so active in AYUDH and creating all these projects, because I know the feeling of being there as a youngster, not having this kind of community and having the desire to create one. So I just feel like it was such a great grace and blessing to have this kind of community develop, where young people can have this kind of support and just in very informal ways, you know, have a network of young people who together dream of a more beautiful world.
Amritaswarupananda. Yuva Dharmadhara, Amrita 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 Yuva Dharmadhara.